Hello everybody, Raptor King of the West here, and today we are back in Minecraft Dinosaurs, because that's what I've been recording every week for a little while now, because I don't know what to put in the other video slot, like every other week. We've been going to town on this. We have been progressing so much. And we still don't have Parasaurolophus DNA. Not yet. It'll happen one day, though, I'm sure. Let's throw Parasaurolophus DNA in here. Alright. So, today is the day, that I ran out of actual food, so I've been eating berries. B, that I discovered why tar slimes haven't been spawning, or at least one part of the reason why tar slimes haven't been spawning. And C, that we actually finished the Parasaurolophus enclosure that we've been working on for like the past 3 episodes. So let's get over here. It's late, but oh well. There are 2 things that need to happen here. A, we need windows. And B, if I can climb up here, we need to finish up the inside, the actual environment. We need to make this livable. And I got a plan for that. And because we've been working on this for so long, I also thought it would be fun to do some custom trees. So I'm starting to feel a little bit bad for our unnamed T-Rex, because I have gotten this far without, like, improving what is essentially a Star Dinosaurs enclosure. Oh, you look adorable when you sleep. Yeah. You are like the star dinosaur. Everyone knows what a T-Rex is. And I still haven't fixed the fact that the top of the enclosure looks really flat. It hasn't happened. I know how to fix it, I just haven't done it yet. And what about our aviary? You know, multi-purpose, and by that I mean it's actually used for one species of animal. Not one species of animal, one type of prehistoric creature. And that is all of our flying ones. All go in, except for the Magnura, all go in the aviary. Haven't finished that one either, haven't even gotten close. But this Parasaurolophus enclosure I have worked on for so long. Okay, and then the other problems that we were, I actually don't know if one of them was the cause of the problem, but for some reason, my game was in peaceful mode when I checked today, and I don't know what caused that. There's not really, I can't think of a single reason that would happen. Because now it's back to normal. I did that to normal mode. I was wondering, maybe I changed it when taking a thumbnail photo or something. I don't know. I don't know how long it's been like that, but for a while, possibly it was in peaceful mode, or maybe it was just in there for, like, that single time that I checked. I don't know. But that could potentially be the reason no tar slimes were spawning. I don't think that's the case, because since changing it, I still have not seen a single tar slime anywhere. So, I am of the school of thought that there is another reason that we're not seeing them. I checked the settings, and I do have them enabled. Like, for all intents and purposes, we should be seeing them around tar pits. But when I went to both of, like, the main tar pit locations that I know of, I didn't see anything. Because if we look, I'll show you guys in a second here. Hopefully that is... No, there's flowing water in there, that's it. There we go. Don't want to create a little death trap on accident. I know the main location of, like, 2 tar pits. We have this one here, and it doesn't want to load. Okay, once it loads, down here's another one. And I thought, if this one over here wasn't generating any tar slimes, it is entirely possible that it only applies to these big tar pits now. But I still didn't see anything, so I think it's a different problem probably going on there. Okay. This goes down a block, so this might get a little bit messy. So what I think I will do, we're gonna go home. We're gonna check. This will be ready by this time that I grab what I'm here for. I'm gonna grab some cobblestone just so that we have a block that we can put water on top of. I'll grab multiple. I do also want to do some stuff with Podzol, because this video is basically entirely for this enclosure at this point. I might as well have some fun, like, making it really cool. There is a possibility of me doing another enclosure. Off the top of my head, I know the environment of a dodo and Dryosaurus pretty well. So, if I decide we have time, then we will do that as well. What am I looking for? I need to be down here. And we're eating berries today because I'm out of the main food source that I was using, which is, I don't even know, I was just eating a bunch of stuff that I had on hand, and I had a bunch stockpiled, which was really nice, and most of it was apples from the great tree chopping fiasco of the early days of the base. It wasn't even a fiasco, it just sounds more interesting if I word it that way. So now that I am out of... Actually, we'll just... I do think maybe I'll do some custom trees, since I'm doing, like, some proper building here, but I don't know, we'll see what I do, what I'm feeling. I don't think I brought enough cobblestone. Yeah, we'll see how I'm feeling about the trees. I might make them custom, or I might just use actual saplings. And then, yeah, if I decide to do another prehistoric creature, either the dodo or the Dryosaurus, it's not super difficult to make either of those habitats, as both of them are more or less just forests. I've made forests before in this world. I've done it a great number of times. Look no further than the Stegosaurus enclosure, or the Therizinosaurus enclosure, or I'm really trying to remember these all off the top of my head, and it's not going to work. Psittacosaurus enclosure. I actually went a different direction for the Triceratops enclosure. That one I went for more of a meadow. This is meant to be a swamp, but it looks pretty forested. Oh, you're big now. Are you gonna kill me if I go in here? I feel like you are. Yep, okay. And this is why I need to get, automatic chicken farm made in the lab. You know what we might do this episode? It's minorly related to the lab, but, like, not really. That's not true. It's pretty related to the lab, but not super directly. It's something that we would have to do at some point anyway, regardless of whether or not I wanted to use any of the blocks. We could go to the nearly complete portal, and we could hop into the Nether. I need not this many blocks, apparently. I need quartz from the Nether for the lab. That's the only thing that I need there. The other stuff I really want to find a badland for. Which I want to find a badland anyway, because I would like to make other types of deserts, please? It is getting so tiring making the exact same desert over and over again. And I would just like to have, like, any amount of variety in the enclosures in this world. But everything lived in, like, the same two sort of biomes, so there's not much I can do with that. So I'm trying to get as creative as I can. That's why, for example, if we do the dodo bird today, I'm probably gonna go with a sort of taiga forest using spruce trees, because I use the cordates. I think that's how it's pronounced. I don't remember off the top of my head. I use those trees very, very often. So just, like, any variety there is also good. I'm trying to use the other prehistoric trees as well, but it's also good to just use normal trees. Especially for a creature that was alive, like 300 years ago. Dodos are a very recent extinction, I think. Maybe one of the most recent extinctions out of all the creatures in this mod, actually. DNA, why am I highlighting my inventory? Because everything in red is still alive. Or a Minecraft mob. The blue ones are our most recent. Oh, Quagga's pretty recent. When did Quagga go extinct? My point still stands that Dodo is one of the more recent extinctions. Being just like 300, give or take 50 years ago. So, alright, we're gonna... put this here, grab a bucket and some water. There we go. Just making sure we don't have any major problems. But yeah, those are the most recent extinctions, so I think I might go for more modern styles of, like, environment for both of them. To be fair, this is Minecraft. There's only so much I can do for prehistoric, especially when I continue to accidentally ignore paleobotany. But I do my best most of the time. I don't think I'm, like, outrageously doing terribly. Oh, you're just gonna swim into that corner? How nice. It is night. I might come back after I sleep. Yeah, I mean, even with the mod, most blocks are inherently modern environments. If I wanted to be, like, super accurate, I would have to replace all of the grass with ground moss, Which we do have moss in Minecraft. I got 2 of it, but I really don't know if that should be my concern at this point of creating all the enclosures. There can absolutely be a point where we create more enclosures that are more accurate or less accurate. I have ideas for both. But these first ones I want to be moderately accurate. Like as accurate as I can reasonably get without going insane. How's the family doing? Chester, hello. And where's Agnes? Hello. And I think they're at their max population, which is 10. I think they are. I believe in them. Am I gonna count? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they're at full capacity here. Oh, you're that hungry. Can I do this? Are you gonna let me? Oh, you're still gonna attack me. Yeah, you are. Okay. I don't feel too bad about taking a sidetrack here to feed at least our Dimetrodon, who is so hungry that he is currently attacking me. And he will remain this angry for quite a while. That is part of the reason that I would like to get a chicken farm going, because how I have my config settings set up is that the Dimetrodon won't die of starvation, but he will get very angry about starvation. Okay, hold on. There you go. Are you gonna eat it? You're gonna eat it. How hungry are you now? Halfway. You will only attack if hungry. So if I walked in here... Yep, okay, you're still hungry. But yeah, that's... Rabbits absolutely won't die from starvation, because that sorta sucks a little bit. I don't want my dinosaurs starving to death. I do think that this is a lot more fun if I have to worry about their food, but if they're not going to just die randomly, because they're starving. So, at some point, I would love to get a chicken farm running. I would like to get a chicken farm running in the lab, which we are working on slowly but surely. That way my dinosaurs are not all starving to anger. Starving to anger. I think when certain dinosaurs get angry, they can also break blocks, which I also am not going to change that unless, like, that becomes a problem. And I don't mean, like, oh, my dinosaur is hungry, so it's breaking blocks problem. I mean, the dinosaur is not hungry and for some reason is still breaking blocks. That, I think, would be a little bit more of a problem. But our main example of a dinosaur that would be doing that right now is Dorothy. If Dorothy gets angry, Dorothy will break out of her enclosure. The Therizinosaurus can break out of its enclosure, and Dorothy has not done anything yet. Dorothy just sits in her enclosure and eats. She has not done anything remotely aggressive the entire time that she has been in this world. To be fair, she could only really start breaking things once she grew up, but she has been grown up for a very long time at this point, considering that she was one of the first creatures that we got. And she is still in that enclosure. And I feel like now that I have drawn attention to that, we're going to walk over there later, and there's not going to be a wall on that enclosure anymore. But she seems well behaved enough. She hasn't attacked me ever, which the Dimetrodon has, and I'm sure if I went and talked to her, the unnamed raptor queen probably would attack me, like, immediately, because she has not been fed since she got in her enclosure. And although her enclosure is probably one of my favorites, it's also one of the ones that I least want to open up to go feed her. Again, this is why we need feeders in the park. Or zoo. I still don't know what terminology I'm going with for this. I think I've mostly been going with zoo, but we have the feeder recipe here. Here we go. Like, it's not a hard recipe, so we can make them. But it's only really worth it if we can actually load it with the food needed to make it useful. And we don't need it for any of the herbivores. The herbivores all eat the ferns just fine. We don't need it for the trilobites, which eat off of dirt. We really only need it for the carnivores. Slight problem. I have, like, a lot of carnivore DNA. And we have a lot of carnivores in our zoo. And they need to eat. That is a requirement of most living species. Just in general, actually. I don't think that there are many living species that do not have the requirement of eating food outside of plants, which I think technically, like, they don't eat, I guess. They do it a bit differently, but even they need sustenance, so... Alright. Home. Thought I saw a weird texture. I'm going crazy. That's what I think we've established here today. Why not? We're not going to do that enclosure for a while. I keep putting things off. I need to just accept that I'm going to have to do some really complicated and multi-episode enclosures in the future here. But until then, we're going to do this. Even, like, these enclosures are not super complicated. They still take up a decent bit of time. Oh, yay, Minecraft is being laggy. Because of course it is. Thank you, OBS, for letting me know that things are lagging when I check how long I've been recording. I blame the rain. You know where there isn't rain? The Nether. Here, by the way, is how the basement is looking. I need to figure out a room layout. This floor won't be too complicated as far as room layouts go. I just need to figure out where the second staircase is going, and then we'll have, like, 2 or 3 rooms in here and a main hallway. It's that every floor after that is going to take a bit more planning as we get lower and lower, because they'll get bigger and bigger. Food. What do I have for food? I have golden apples. Do these actually satiate much? Not really. It sort of funny, though, that one of my best food sources right now... Oh! Why am I... Whoa, wait, what? Straw bale? Okay. I didn't know that it was... I'm gonna do a quick explaining. I have my language setting set to English Canada. And that really just changes the spelling of, like, a couple things, really. But then there'll be something like... straw bale I was not expecting, and that is not necessary. Where is it? Moon Daisy is also one that gets changed. Most things do not change at all. Right? But the few things that do change just catch me completely off guard. But yeah, that's... straw bale! I am amazed. Like, it's a hay bale. A hay block, even. Wait. Does the normal language setting call them hay blocks? Or hay bales? It's bales, right? Oh, I'm going crazy. I am absolutely going crazy. Okay. But yeah. Moon Daisy, I think, is actually a much better name for this than an Oxeye Daisy. So... Okay. I'm just gonna grab the stuff we need for a quick little nether trip. Maybe we recreate a little bit of nether quest, but in Minecraft Dinosaurs. I think that's what I called that series when I survived in the nether for like 20 episodes. Could have gone for longer if I remembered to charge the respawn anchor and didn't take the glowstone with me. Okay. Okay. Let's head over here, though. I would like to... Hey, first off, Dorothy, you are not breaking out. I don't think you can move much in here. I do think this enclosure might be too small for you. You can eat the leaves, though. I know you can. Alright. Let's head over to here. And... what I'm going to do... Okay, yeah. Over here, this block is... Okay. I'm trying to figure out... We'll go from, like, there to there. Up. There. And then where's this side? It's about right here. Yeah, so that'll be one window. And then, what is this level here? So we'll go there. A couple... Or, do we go one block lower on this side and put some of it in the water? Maybe we do. Then we'll go there. Over to, like, here. And how many blocks up is that? 2 more. So, like, up here? I think we only really need 2 windows. And we'll put them here. If I feel like adding more later, I will. That later might be today, even. We'll see. I do want to explore the nether, but I'm also worried about lag. But Minecraft is... Oh, it's not raining, so lag is not as bad now. Gotta love rain in Minecraft, don't ya? Do I have any glass just laying around? I don't think I... Oh, I have glass just laying around. Heck yeah. You know what would be interesting to do? Let's see how I feel about it. 'Cause... Parasaurolophus, like, that's not really that dangerous, is it now? So... Okay, it might escape while I'm doing this. Where is it? Not even close. Not even nearby. Alright, let me do this. The only thing I'm a little bit worried about is it being able to climb out when I do this, but we will see if that's actually going to be a problem. I feel like most ways I can do this window, we might have a concern about it climbing out, so... on the ground here, I'm just going to... Where's my shovel? Grab this. If I do this... and then leave a gap and go like here. Oh, that should be. And then there. And then this goes nowhere. I mean, what will really happen is this will go, like, here, so that this looks more secure than it is. Oh, I actually need to get back in there. I wasn't expecting that to be the outcome. And then there. You're not needed there. You will go there, there, there. There. And there. And that looks like a vaguely secure window. And now it can escape. Or it might have already done it, actually. Is it just in the log? Like, in the roots? Oh, you're safe? You're not drowning. That's amazing. I don't know how many blocks tall you are right now. How tall can you get? Does this say? 3 to 4 meters. So when you're fully grown, this will be safe. Before that, could not tell you. Complete mystery. Okay. I suggested doing a level here, which means glass blocks. I think probably the whole way. Except for there. And so there we need one. There. Oh yeah, this enclosure is lovely and doesn't have any flowing water in it whatsoever. Okay. So there's the first layer here. There's a good chance that those two just get destroyed. let's go up like this, like we did on the last one. And just go all the way over. Because now we can see Parasaurolophus swimming, who also happen to be really short. I don't think them being short is a selling factor, but probably not going to hurt. Although most short ones are going to be apparently 3 meters tall when they're adults, so it's actually just going to be children, little babies over here. Come on, stop flowing water. There we go. And then these I can actually give a purpose to by using them to connect things up. Get one over here as well. There we go. Glass panes. And then we're gonna have to get more glass and smelt it. But that'll be fine. I think that this is a good idea for this enclosure, because in a way that is accidentally similar to the Triceratops enclosure, I have essentially just given away to pet the dinosaur, which I'm sure is something that will have no safety ramifications whatsoever. I'm sure that'll be absolutely fine. I do need to go digging for sand, though. So we're gonna head over to sand collection. One day, the vacation spot for our scientists. But, considering that I haven't even named our zoo and or park, or the group of scientists, like the scientist company that is responsible for all the dinosaurs, or anything like that, really. I haven't done much in the way of naming things. This is, like, much more than we need already. Oh well, I'm just gonna get, like, a stack. Just so that we have some extra. But we're only gonna need, like, 10, 12 at the most, really. Alright, home. And then we're gonna start cooking. Half in there, half in there. Do I have any spare coal? I think I do. I think my organization system is just such a mess that we'll never know. What? Why? Minecraft. Minecraft, you have like one whole job. How did that even happen? I put them into the top furnace first. Alright. The ground. We're on the ground floor. Let's go and check up over here. That looks like a good little way to look into the enclosure, and it has no flaws whatsoever. As long as our Parasaurolophus stays firmly inside this enclosure. Which they are, because what? Okay, our Parasaurolophus has decided that physics is not an obstacle, and they are going to tunnel through the wood. That's what yeah, you've done it. I don't know how you've done this. You're going back in, you know that, right? your tail is going through my neck. It's a little bit uncomfortable. Alright, let's get you back inside of your enclosure. Is this because I haven't given you any trees? Do you want trees that badly? You'll break the laws of nature for trees. Are you doing okay? Are you, like, bugged out? Your shadow looks weird. Your shadow looks too small. I'm not making fun of you, it's just, like, it's impressive more than anything, especially with the sun being, you know, right there in the sky. I did see a trailer on the Fossils and Archaeology channel talking about an update to 1.19 and 1.20. And I do believe... What happened here? Oh, it's all in this enclosure. I do believe that when we update that far along... Did you guys eat all the ferns? I do believe that when we update to 1.19 and 1.20, which I'm not gonna do for a while, I'm gonna wait till those versions are more stable than they will, because currently I think they're just in alpha. But once those versions are more stable, we will update. And I don't think we're gonna have the same problem that we had last time we updated. Because last time, the reason that a lot of the blocks got erased and destroyed, and a lot of the mobs got erased and destroyed, is because they got new names and new tags in the version changes. Which I think is going to be much less of a problem, because to go from 1.18 to 1.19 and 1.20 does not require entirely reworking the entire base of the code. That was only required to jump from 1.12 to 1.18, because A, that was a very big jump, and B, in I believe 1.16, Minecraft fully changed its framework for this sort of stuff. I am worried that they are just going to eat these ferns, like, instantly, which is really impressive, because ferns, they grow really fast, actually. So let's... Okay, yeah, so they are all immediately eating all the plants that I have grown. Yeah, okay, this is a losing race. These guys might need a feeder. These herbivores might need a feeder. Okay, that was just rude, Agnes. You watched me place that. Are you guys done? I'm going to... What, I can go here. I think I can extend it here and here. We get one, could get one there. Want it to look vaguely natural, though. Oh. You're not gonna die? Okay. Okay, and then... if I put any over there, then it doesn't really do much. Oh, you're gonna eat all my ferns. I see how it is. I was talking about doing, like, custom trees and going to the nether, and now I'm just trying to solve the plant crisis of the Citipatties. Alright. A lot of bone meal. Rest are going in here. we're going to put our ancient fern spores up here, and at this point forward, we are only going to use ancient fern spores that are already in other enclosures to try and fill this problem. Okay, so far, everything seems fine. Hopefully that is enough to satiate them. I don't want to have to grow that too much bigger. But it is like, it's 10 in one enclosure, so... hopefully that all works out well. What are we looking at for time here? Yeah, I don't think I have time for custom trees. That is fine, though. Do you know why that's fine? Because there's always another dinosaur enclosure that I can do custom trees for. One that didn't take 3 episodes to get this far. That's right. I'll do it on somebody else's enclosure. I'll give them custom trees. Maybe it'll be the dodo, maybe the Dinosaurs, maybe the Pachycephalosaurus, because I'm pretty sure its habitat included trees. Why did I go up here for glass? Is this my first time in my own base? And then let's get... should have stayed up there and grabbed more bone meal. Yeah, I'm just gonna... I have a whole second set of skull blocks, I think. Yeah. Oh, my organization system is a mess. And it's gonna be a long time before this mod updates to a point where I can use the copper golems. Ooh, we could get some horsetails in there. Okay. And there is one thing I wanted to do. And it's raining. There's one thing I want to do. It's a little bit risky. I'm going to take some spruce saplings and use them to create podzol, specifically with the intent of that looking like mud. However, I don't know how well I'll be able to pull that off. So, this one's a little bit more of an experiment for the enclosure. I'm still amazed straw bale is... like, we call it hay in Canada. It's still called hay. Alright, how do I want to do this window? It's actually just... is that secure? No. And then... let me get it. There we go. That is secure, I think, probably. Alright, first, let's try this for mud. And then we have to chop down these trees, which does mean we'll have more spruce wood laying around in the future. Okay, does that look a little bit like mud? Hopefully. How far does that spread? Pretty far. Let's try over here. I do think that that does more or less look like mud. Let's take a step back here. It's more further spread than I would have hoped for, I think. And I can't do it on this one over here. But that's fine. if I really want to, I can steal some from inside the water. Chop the tree down. And now we kind of have mud. Okay. How do I feel about not pushing that all the way to the corners? Hold on. If I do this... This is gonna take a second. Because I don't have Silk Touch anymore. Nope, didn't need dirt, need Podzol. Oop. There we go. Alright. Fill this back in with dirt. If I'm lucky, that'll just grow into Podzol. And then what about over here? I would like to change a larger area over here out with Podzol. But I think I can do this a smarter way by going out to the edges here with the Podzol. A bit like this. Need to destroy that one. There we go. And then all of this just gets changed out for regular dirt. And I think that's a smarter way than I was doing it before. Excuse me. Okay. Where is our Parasaurolophus? Over here. Just eating and chilling. That's good. We're gonna get you some ferns in here in a second, but first... Oh, I didn't do any mud over here. That's fine, actually. Let's get a calamity. Let's grow that calamity. Let's immediately chop down that calamity, because I actually don't have enough saplings of calamities. I now have enough saplings of calamities. So you're gonna grow there, you're gonna grow there, and there. I do not think that this is a time period appropriate tree, but I don't think that our Parasaurolophus, which is eating grass for the first time in its species' entire existence, is gonna mind too much. And we'll throw one here. Well, I'm actually okay with the seaweed. No, let's... Maybe I'll do more seaweed, but I want one. There we go. In the water. And I can't do one much deeper because that gets too close to the wall. So that all looks good to me. And then we need horsetails. Apparently only 3. I don't like that. I'm gonna fix that. We're gonna get more bone meal. Ooh, this didn't explode. We have a mosasaur sac to do something with one day. Because I totally, definitely plan to use that sometime soon, especially when I don't have a means to consistently generate food. That's gonna be too much bone meal. No such thing, though, in this mod. Actually, yes, there is. And it's all the bone meal that gets generated by that. Especially when I'm not spending this much time on every single enclosure. There, now it's a reasonable amount of bone meal. There, okay. No, I don't want the seeds. I want to be able to see my hand. That's what I want. Alright, let's finish this up. Multiple episodes in the making. Literally just one enclosure. Not even, like, the most impressive enclosure. It's just the biggest. By, like, multiple metrics. And we'll do some over here. Alright, there we go. Do have another stack of bone meal, so we could... try and get one. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Can I pull these further this way with just bone meal? I can. But not very effectively, so I'm just gonna take a couple. Apparently, literally. No, I need... There we go. Lot of horsetails now, which is good, because it's probably gonna try and eat some. Fern. I don't know how far that'll spread. So I'm gonna... I mean, I need one anyway to go. Okay, you will spread there now. You will spread here now. That'll be fine. Let's get one here. Here. Let's grow this one a bit more. Oh, that only gets me the one. Okay, that's fine. That'll be fine. I think that's a good enclosure. Finally, after all this time... We'll throw a torch back here. After all this time, I have finally finished the Parasaurolophus enclosure. Dang it. Should have just taken that one out. I want to see it from the top. You know what? Hold on. I mean... I do like the idea of having moss on this log, though. Like a moss-like substance. I took a sapling, we're good. Not a sapling, a horsetail. How far can I climb and do parkour? Not very. Okay, we're gonna go home, we're gonna sleep, then we're gonna look at this from above without me jumping off of it. How's that sound? I think that sounds pretty good. I think that sounds safe, even. Okay. Yeah, next episode, we will finally get back to having new prehistoric creatures, new dinosaurs, stuff like that. Because we have gone on for a while, and you guys have, thank you so much, put up with it for a while of me just working on this one enclosure. But I know that we all want to see new things, you know? We need to see the dodo, we need to see the Dryosaurus, we need to see the Pachycephalosaurus, the Mosasaurus, the Spinosaurus, and I think that's all the eggs that I currently have made. Oh, Megalania! Dang it. one day I would love to see the egg for the Pachyrhinosaurus right along in here, just like sitting right here, ready for me to use. That'll be a great day. Until then, you know, we'll just go through more of these, especially the herbivores, until I get a chicken farm done. I have a design for one sitting in a creative world. So it'll happen, I promise, that one day we will get to continue our carnivore thing, our pursuit of carnivores. I don't know, that sentence didn't really have anywhere to go. Our compsognathis are still alive. That's nice to see. They won't die from starvation. Are you even hungry enough to kill me? It will attack on sight. Oh, but you're tamed to me, so you should be fine. Where's the other one? Are you here? You're somewhere. Ah, you'll attack me on sight very fast and violently. Oh, but you are so weak that I'm not even worried about it. Can I pick you up while you're attacking me? No. I should get out of there. I don't think I could have gotten out of there any other way without releasing them. That was violent! Wow. Okay. Would they eat a pig if I gave them one? I don't know if they would. They might be too small. We need to get more dinosaurs in some of these enclosures. Like a second Psittacosaurus would be nice. I think we technically need a third Stegosaurus, because both of those are boys. And unnamed, if you'd like to leave any suggestions in the comments below for, like, literally any unnamed dinosaur in this world, which is most of them. And even if you suggest a name for one that is named, we're gonna get more, so I will just write it down. I'll keep it in mind for the next time that we get a member of that species. Alright. I think this looks good. I do. It is definitely our biggest enclosure, and it ate into my wood. How dare it? So rude. Alright, let's hop down here and do an outro with our Parasaurolophus, because it's been your series for a couple episodes here, buddy. And you didn't even get a name. Someone needs to suggest a name for you, or else I'll do it. But you're not anywhere near next on the list, actually. I would have to double check, but I believe it's the Psittacosaurus that's next. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you have an amazing day, and goodbye.